Hi, my name is Sandy Cole, and I'm the Director of the Center on Education and Lifelong Learning, or CEL, at Indiana University. The mission of CEL is to welcome, include, educate, and support all learners. I want to start today by sharing a little bit about our projects that you won't be hearing about later. The first is we work in the area of comprehensive school improvement, and we have worked with schools around the state, around CSI and TSI issues, and what we've done there is we have a process by which we do the comprehensive needs assessment. We work with teams of stakeholders from the district and create plans for school improvement. In addition, part of our school improvement work also includes program evaluations, where we come in and do a comprehensive look as an external person to provide input and look at ideas and implementation issues that might be addressed as a part of the program. We also engage in research, and our research over the many years that we have been in existence has included research on inclusion of students with disabilities. We have done research on charter schools. We've done research on teacher evaluation, and we have always looked at this research through an equity lens to look specifically at groups who have in some way maybe been marginalized. Finally, we are also engaged as external evaluators on the NEARN project out of University of North Carolina. And as part of that project, we are focused on implementation science. And implementation science has become a part of the framework that we have used for many of our projects. Next project we'd like to talk about is called Applied Improv. And I'd like to introduce you to my colleague Jim Ansaldo. And what I want to say first about Jim is that this is Jim's project. He has developed, created it from the beginning. He's built the project, and it's one of the most fun things I think we do in the center in terms of looking at how to use improv in the educational setting. So I'm going to just turn it over to him and let him talk a little bit more specifically about this project.
Thanks, Sandy. So applied improvisation is a field where we take the skills and techniques from improvisational theater, which people might know as improv from the TV show Whose Line Is It Anyway, or that sort of thing, and support professionals to develop strengthened skills in communication, connection, and co-creation. And so if you think about it, those processes are pretty central to a lot of different ideas. So the project has grown, I think, because people do find it fun, but also professionals in a variety of fields find it very useful. So it started for us with my passion project, which is called Camp Yes And that's a free summer camp for educators and youth on the autism spectrum, where we use those techniques from improvisational theater to strengthen communication and social skills, and also integrate teacher professional learning with a summer camp for youth. So teachers get an immediate hands-on opportunity to learn on their own in the morning of the camp day, and then the afternoon work with an actual group of kids to apply that knowledge. And we see a lot of implementation, people trying things out, experimenting, and feeling free to experiment, which is really nice. It's really revitalizing for a lot of our educators. So that's kind of the work that focuses specifically on autism, but then that's expanded to more work in the education realm, where we've gotten some funding through the Kennedy Center and some others, as well as the ICTQ grant, to bring workshops to Indiana educators that focus on using improv skills to strengthen academic and social emotional learning for all students, including students with disabilities. So that's a sort of a more broad focus for a lot of different educators. And when I say educators, it's hard to find one word to describe everyone. We've had general educators, special educators, lots of speech language pathologists, school psychs and social workers, community-based educators, all kinds of folks that participate in that. And then over the past couple of years, it started to grow even more. So we have some projects we're working on in medical communication, where I've worked with the Alzheimer's Resource Service in Bloomington at the Monroe County Hospital to do some training for caretakers and family members of people living with dementia. It's been a really powerful experience for me and for the people involved. And we've also started to do some work on simulated patient training, so where we're using improv techniques to prepare young adults and adults with disabilities to work in the medical field as simulated patients, which is really nice because it's creating employment opportunities for people with disabilities and hopefully improving health equity outcomes because more medical professionals are getting used to working with people with disabilities and communicating with them. We have a mental health related project called Flipping the Script, where we've taken a 10-week program for school-age students with anxiety and pulled out a lot of the reading and writing-based activities and replaced those with up-on-your-feet, improv-based, interactive, experiential activities to teach students how to think differently about the emotions they're experiencing and then feel like they have some more control over that. And then some projects that involve research communication, where we've teamed up with the Office of the Vice Provost for Research at IU to deliver training to Indiana University researchers and scientists and some medical professionals too, around using these improv techniques to be able to connect with different audiences that are not experts in these different fields and help to communicate ideas to them in a way that's clear and concise and understandable, but still accurate. So it's a really wide scope, and I would invite anybody to visit our website and read more about these projects. And if you ever have an idea about what if we used improv for this group of professionals or for that group of students, I'd love to try it out because that's one of my favorite things is to do that experimenting.
So the website that they could find information on, Jim, is Camp Yes And, as well as our CEL website?
Yeah, so either point of entry. So yesand.indiana.edu is our Camp Yes And specific website, but that would lead you back to the center website as well, where we have descriptions of all those different projects.
Great. And if they are interested in doing something with you, they simply just contact you?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a contact form there. You can, there's a drop down to kind of give me an idea of what you're focused on, and there's a general drop down you can select to talk to me about anything, and be happy to support people.
Great. Good work, Jim.
Thanks.
Thank you. We've been honored today to talk a little bit about the projects that are housed at the Center on Education and Lifelong Learning at Indiana University. I have been fortunate enough to be the director of this center for over 20 years, and I may be biased, but I think I have the best staff in the state. I appreciate the work they do, and I appreciate the relationships that they build across the state, because we believe that it's relationships and the connection to the people who are working in the field with our students who have the greatest impact. So thank you for allowing us to share our work with you today.